All right. My name is Mustafa. This is Sabr Path. I am a game developer. I've worked in the game industry, doing administrative work at AAA, done QA and software development. And sorry, sorry about that. Anyways, QA software development. It was kind of like a game, but more software development. Indie development. Done a solo game by myself. Trying to get back to working on my second commercial game. Done what else? Teaching college level, teaching both game development as well as graphic communication, and that's basically that. And as for the channel, I just talk about gaming related topics and try to analyze using my perspective. Not only from my experience working in the game industry, but also of using my perspective of a designer as well. But yeah, that's that. And if you're new to the channel, I always leave timestamps so you can skip ahead. Um, by the tomorrow when this video has been up for a day, I should have um, timestamps. So you could skip ahead to the portion that you want to watch. You don't need to watch the introduction. But anyways, um, this week I don't really have a main topic, so um, I'm just gonna go over some topics I pulled. Let me got here. All right, yeah, I got a few things on my notes to talk about, but I'll let people join the chat first before I really get into stuff. But as of right now. I don't really have a main topic. Anyways, but I was just too busy. I couldn't really find anything that was worth making the main topic, but I figure I'll talk about multiple things. Looks like people are joining. I think looks like the I've some viewers now, but if you're joining the chat, go ahead and let me know that you're in here. Say hi. I'll say hi back. That's why I do these live streams, is to hang out with the chat and interact with the audience. Reply questions, whatever. So some quick updates. Updates. I haven't gotten. I, I haven't done anything in the past week with Beware Tomorrow, the game I'm working on. So no real update with that. Trying to like get things straightened up. A lot of stuff's been going on lately, so I just been really busy and haven't been able to focus on Be Tomorrow. But I'm trying to get back on doing that. I've been doing some thumbnails on Upwork, but I'm probably gonna ditch that because I'm not charging enough for. I have only one client at the moment, and she's having me do a bunch of thumbnails for her, but I'm not charging enough. And like basically, once I find other things to do to make money, I'm just have to drop her from um uh, doing thumbnails for her because she's like asking for more complex thumbnails that take more time to make. YouTube thumbnails is what I'm talking about. So because it takes more time, it no longer becomes worth the money because I'm not charging a whole lot for them. Um, so it's like at that point, my hourly rate is going down drastically due to how complex the thumbnails are. Um, I guess I'll show some. I have them on my portfolio. Where is portfolio? Is that it? That's my portfolio. Which these are all mock-ups. These are not real videos. These are just mock-ups. Basically, I try to have different styles of um, thumbnails so that when I apply towards a Upwork gig, they want a specific style for their thumbnail. They want to see that I can do a specific style. So if I can show in my what's the thing called portfolio, if I can show them that I could do that style, then that increases my probability of um, getting hired for that gig. Like one style that is requested a lot is tutorials, like video tutorials on like how to use a specific thing. A lot of what's the word, self development stuff is always asked for on Upwork. Sometimes they ask for diary of a CEO, and this is specifically supposed to be diary of a CEO. If you're not familiar with diary of a CEO, um, this is diary of a CEO. So if you're not familiar, so I basically just just straight up copied this style just to show people, because that's if this is what they're requesting, they say okay, I want this style. Yeah, I just basically made the exact same style. Like okay, here is your podcast host, here is the guest, and like I just basically copied the exact same, like okay, have the keyword in red. um Someone was asking for a political podcast. So I was like, okay, here's your podcast reaction, dude, and just so it doesn't seem like I'm leaning either side, I made them both mad. So a lot of requests for what's it called, like science fiction, like AI slop science fiction uh YouTube channels. So I made a couple of those. Here, this was one for a travel outdoor video. This one was for like not only motivational, but also people were asking specifically for like basketball stuff. um then oh yeah, this is the one of my clients. I've done, how many have I done for her? Like 50, over 50 thumbnails at this point. But basically I'm just trying to show off like the variety of different ones, because she's been started off like this. Like she wanted like this same samurai dude, and she wanted, and it was simple when she wanted this theme, when she was like okay, I want this katana on the side, I want the sun, and basically just change the guy and the font. But then she kept on asking for like more changes. She wanted like this 3 panel thing. She at one point she wanted a 6 panel, and I did that only one time. I said I'm not gonna do 6 panel anymore because this takes way too long to make 6 images that look like they go together and fit the same style. Um, I told her no more 6. I'm not doing any more than 3. Um, then at a certain point she switched, like no longer wanting the well, she switched color themes. Like she wanted this orange and red and yellow, then she wanted more blue and gray. um make the red pop even more so. But then she was like okay, let's change this more realistic style. um and then I mean, going, this was like a one off. I don't know why she wanted just this, but then so I went from this to this, and then to this. So this was like these two are similar to that but realistic. So I guess she was deciding that people don't want to click on um the the cartoon ones, and would probably prefer realistic ones. And I asked her for um some of the um, stats the analytics. Yeah, I was asking for the analytics to show me screenshots of the analytics, and the problem is the videos aren't even getting um they're not even getting what's the word impressions. They're not getting impressions. So impressions is when it shows when YouTube shows the videos to people. So I told her, I was like, look, the thumbnails aren't the problem. The problem is the SEO, the search engine optimization. And if she's getting less than 1,000, she was getting far less than 1,000. Let me take this off screen so I can look at the messages real quick. Upwork. So let me look at the messages because she gave me a screenshot. I don't want to like show the messages where we've been having. Okay, here we go. 60 impressions. So like this is, let me show this real quick. There's nothing addition. So yeah, like 60 impressions and only 3 views, 1.7% CTR. Which that's the click through rate is the percentage of people that see they get the impression, they and then the percentage of people click it and become a viewer. That's what the CTR is. So high CTR means that the thumbnail is attracting the right people. It's getting the views because it's attracting the people. But due to the fact that it's getting almost no impressions, I mean maybe because it's an AI generated channel. All our videos, everything is AI. Like the video is AI generated, everything. The voice is AI generated, which a lot of people like. A lot of people don't mind the AI video, but like the AI voiceover is a bigger problem than the video. Like thumbnail, people, I don't think too many people care about the thumbnail too much. It depends on how it looks. It's supposed to be like a real person. But the video itself, there's people who don't like the AI video. Some people don't mind it, but the AI voice, I think most people hate AI. So that's a huge problem. But getting no impressions and low click through rate, and she was wanting me like try all these different styles and switch it up all the time, making the thumbnails more complex. And like, okay, you're making the job more difficult. And I mean, the only option I have, I mean, like she said that due to the channel not being monetized, I mean, she's not making money at the because it's not monetized. You can't afford to increase the rate. But it's like, okay, if you can't increase the rate, then the only option I have is end the contract. So that's that. Just gotta end the contract if it's wasting my time. He's asking me for more complex thumbnails because it's not like yes, the images. Let me switch back to this. Yeah, so these images, yeah, all these are like AI generated images. Um, like individually, they're AI generated. All those take time to generate. Like I don't just go with the first result. Um, like a lot of times the first result is the worst result, and I have to like generate more. I have to build. I have to use those as reference to generate better versions of the image. So it takes a while to generate to get to one that looks good. And even if I get one that looks good, I still have to do some editing to it. Like maybe there's something wrong with the guy. Like this one, the eyes were really bad. I mean, right now the eyes are still not so great, but it's significantly better than what they were at first. And like also the background, right there in the middle, I had to make it. I had to like generate a new background, connect this one with that one. Um, so there's a lot to like. This is one image. This is another image. This guy's another image. The background is another image. So like the point being is that this isn't just like I put in a prompt and just one thing comes out. Plus, you know, I had to make it cohesive. Like I put this blue on top of it. You know, gotta make sure that this guy's the right size. I had to resize them a few times to make sure. Yeah, so it's a there's a bit of despite the images, the illustrations being AI generated, there's still a bit of work to put it together and make it cohesive. Um, put some examples of my stuff on here, but anyways, there's Grandpa. Get this off the screen. Edition back. Hey, hey, Arcolite. Hey, amazing DLSS5 thumbnail. I get the reference. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Arcolite? Yes, the thumbnail is DLSS5. I mean, the current thumbnail that's on this video, this live stream, I didn't. This isn't the permanent one. I just put up a placeholder because it's like I didn't know what to talk about. Basically, this live stream, I don't have a main topic as I usually do. Instead, I'm just gonna go over a number of things. So if you have anything specific that you want me to talk about, you know, go ahead and ask. Or if there's like a video you want me to you know, reply to, or if there's an article you want me to look at, you know, go ahead and let me know in the chat. But what else? Oh, real quick, let's put this on screen. Let's put this on screen. So, some of you might remember, some of you might not, because it's been like 6 months. About 6 months ago. Sakura Studios. So I'm late on figuring this out. I basically recap of this. I did a video. Where's my go to your channel? Go here. Videos. Yeah, there's my DLSS5. Anyway, so which video was it? It was I changed the thumbnail. This one. This one right here. Did Red Pine Lake devs manufacture a scandal? So on this video, oh, it's 20 minutes long. Wow.
An indie studio submit their game to Steam.
Well, I had to make sure I had my receipts. Sorry, I had that running for a second. I had to make sure I had my receipts. Oh, I'm not even showing it on screen. Whoa. Whoa. Let me show it on screen. Transition. There we go. All right, this video. Let's go back. Go back. So that video right here that I'm pointing at, right there, did Red Pine Lake devs manufacture scandal, and here's Red Pine Lake, Sakura Studios. So basically, I did this video like 6 months ago, and in this video, you know, I wanted to make sure I had all my receipts, and I mean, I don't want to like spend too much time on this because I already made a video on it. I mean, for those who haven't watched the video here, I'll just put it in the chat. Watch it later. But anyways, so to summarize this, these developers, Sakura Studios, they had this. They went really viral on Twitter because basically they put out this. Pretty sure I put a shot of it. There it is. They put out this announcement on Twitter, and they said that their game is getting censored. And like right here, but do you really want a censored game? Like the game, the Steam store page got denied because the person reviewing the game, I blurted out, but this is their capsule art. And the butt's right there. I mean, it's not a thong or anything, but still. The point being, like the woman's head is cropped off. The focus is on the rear end, and the Valve employee who was reviewing it said this is not PG-13, so I'm not going to approve of this. And rather than asking for like what changes would make this approved, like with rather than being cordial and like being cooperative or like asking for another person to review it, which they eventually did, um they made this big fuss over here. Do I hear something? Yeah, they made a big fuss with this announcement, and basically all the influencers, they saw this and they're like, Steam is censoring. So then all the anti-censorship crowd jumped on this and ran with it. And Red Pine Lake, the Sakura Studios people, they're like, yeah, anti-censorship, anti-censorship. That's the gist of it. I mean, it's much more than that. I leave all my receipts and talk about like why I didn't buy this because the game wasn't being censored. And I knew that they were like they saw my video and they sent people over saying, "Hey, look at this pro censorship guy coming after us." And like you can see in my like in my comments, people getting mad at me because they're coming from the supporters of this project, or the supporters of the anti-censorship. Not quite supporters of the project, supporters of the anti-censorship. Anyways, so at the time, I mean, I was really busy because I just started this new job doing a warehouse, and it was seasonal, so I was like working lots of hours. And I know that they did like a response, some sort of I thought it was a live stream, but ended up being this video right here with only 253 views, which is like what, half the amount. Half the amount of this. This video flopped so bad. Let's like, the previous video I had like about 1,000. The next video I had 27,000 views, so that one did great. But this one I had like 500 views. It did super poorly. But anyways, point being, I just recently realized that this video is a thing. It's 40 minutes long response. But from there's no point in there's multiple reasons as to why there's no point in doing a response to this, because one, it's been 6 months. Two, this video did really poorly. 500 views. Why am I going to continue with another video when it did so poorly? And three, he didn't really counter me at any point. He basically focused on personal attacks, saying that I'm pushing my morality, and saying that I'm anti-female. Like just personal attacks. He did admit that the way how he responded to Steam, which I think, where is it? Nothing's flip. I don't know. Anyway, so I have screenshots of the interactions that they posted with Steam, the Steam tickets. And he admit that yeah, they were not professional in their responses, so at least he admit that. But a lot of his responses to me are either personal attacks or misrepresenting my point. Because at one point he starts countering me. He counters me. Let's switch back. So he starts countering me about the capsule art being yes, it is PG-13. It falls within guidelines. But in this video, I straight up say I'm not arguing whether this is PG-13 or not. All I said was I'm just going to explain why. As far as that portion, I said I'm going to explain why the Valve reviewer, the Valve employee, would think it's not PG-13. But I didn't say I was going to determine whether it's PG-13 or not. Anyways, that was that. This is truly insane. Every GTA 5 thumbnail showing a woman is much more offensive. I mean that I did bring up I did bring up something about that, not specifically GTA 5, but in my video, I did say that the reason why there would be inconsistencies is because it's not the same person reviewing every single game. Valve is a corporation. They have lots of people, and each person is a person. I mean, it's simple as that. So I did say, as a result, it's like if you don't like the verdict, if you don't like the verdict of the employee who's reviewing your game, then ask for another person to review it, or ask for a supervisor or a manager, which they did. They eventually asked for another person to review, and then another person reviewed it and said, okay, this looks fine. So my argument was never, okay, this is definitely not allowed, or this is too risque or whatever. Like my argument was never that, but he was trying to counter me as if that was my argument. Anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on that. Like that was, like I said, it's been 6 months plus. He didn't really counter any of my points, so there's like no point in even looking at that. Let's move on to. Glad you're here, Arclight. Ackerlight. Sorry, Ackerlight. Yeah. Glad you're here. How are things going? Let me pull this up. So here's another. Let's talk about this real quick. Mr. Endymion. I want to like. All right. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd the scene go? I can't switch anymore. Why did it stop? Why did it stop? I can't switch anymore. Uh oh. Let me do this. Do that. Okay, there we go. All right. Cut. There we go. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to figure stuff out while I'm live. So anyways, Mr. Endymion. So I guess this past week there was for the Marvel Tokon fighting game, the one that's being developed by ArcSys, who are known for Guilty Gear as well as the Dragon Ball Fighters video game. Announced Fighters, not Fighter Z. Fighters. Anyways, so it's like a 4-on-4 fighting game with Marvel characters. It looks really cool, and all the characters have new designs. They all have like anime inspired designs. Like for example, Iron Man looks kind of like a Gundam in a way. Like a mix between Ultraman and a Gundam. But anyways, so people are complaining about Black Panther being how do you pronounce his name? Shuri? Yes, Shuri. So people are complaining about Black Panther being Shuri. And Mr. Endymion over here, Miles Morales is Miles Morales, and Shuri is Shuri. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and T'Challa is Black Panther. So, uh, this logic is just really dumb. I'm not defending Miles Morales. I'll get to that in a moment. But this logic is just really dumb because, uh, like the characters, like Miles Morales when he swings around in the fictional universe, the other characters, like the people in that world, they point up, hey, Sarvanan, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Anyways, the other people they point at him and say, "Hey, look, it's Spider-Man," or whatever they're calling him at the time, because he goes by multiple names. That's one of the many problems with Miles Morales, which I'll get to that in a second. But they don't say, like, the people don't point and say, "Hey, look, it's Miles Morales." Um, plus you have the Spider-Verse, which, like, you have at this point they have infinite Spider-Men. So like this whole argument that Miles Morales is Miles Morales, and people like have made the point. Well, yeah, it says Spider-Man here, but people are making the point of like, okay, T'Chaka was also Black Panther before T'Challa. You have the Flash, which you have multiple Flashes. You have Jay Garrick. You have Barry Allen, Wally West, Bart Allen, etc. You have multiple Flashes. You have multiple Green Lanterns. You have multiple Robins. There's been attempts to have multiple Batmen, but Bruce Wayne is always going to be the Batman, and Clark Kent's always going to be the Superman. I mean, there's multiple versions of Superman, but the Superman's always going to be Clark Kent. But that's a different argument. That's more the fact that the characters have such pop culture relevance that people will always gravitate towards Clark Kent Superman and Bruce Wayne Batman. That's a completely different argument over like a mantle change. This whole like Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Okay, like he doesn't swing around the city with like his emblem is a spider. He doesn't have his emblem isn't Miles Morales. like people in the universe call him whatever. So this argument's stupid. But to the next point I want to say with this, well, yes, Marvel has a branding issue. If you want to make the argument that Marvel has a branding issue, I will 100% agree with you, because they definitely have a branding issue with their characters. Like for example, with Miles Morales. they have the comic. It says Spider-Man or whatever. But they call him multiple things. They call him Spider-Man. They call him like at one point, like he moved to Jersey for a second, so they call him Jersey Spider-Man. Um, uh, I guess they call him like Shadow Spider for a second. And then you have, let me get this on. So this show, this is a kids show. Um, Spider-Man, Spidey and the Amazing Friends. And so in this show, they call him Spidey. Spider-Man, they call him Spidey. And Miles, they call him Spin. Excuse me. Because basically, kids watch this show and they're like, okay, if that's Spider-Man, who's this? This is Spider-Man, that's Spider-Man. So they call him Spin in this show. And like, my kids don't know. Let me get this off screen. Off screen. So, my kids, I don't have them watch Spider-Man yet. They love Spider-Man though. They have Spider-Man like shirts because I don't know who bought it for them, grandma or whatever. I don't know. But they love Spider-Man for some reason. They don't care about Superman. They don't care about Batman, but they love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's really cool to them. They like Hulk too. Hulk is also really cool. They love Spider-Man, but also my sister bought them these Legos. So it's like basically you have Spider-Man in like a mech, like a Spider-Man mech, and then let me see if I can get that on screen. Okay, let me get that on Spider-Man Lego. Yeah, this is one of them. Get my not dox myself that off the screen. Hold on one second. I'm going to use my Amazon affiliates link because I think if I don't use it enough, then I'll drop it in the chat. If I don't use it enough, they'll kick me out of the Amazon affiliates. So I might as well drop it whenever. But let me get this on screen. Cut. There we go. All right. So this, you have Spider-Man and Doc Ock. They're in these mechs, and then you have Spider-Gwen over here. Ghost, aka Ghost Spider, which is also falls within the branding issue as well. So there's this one. Plus, my sister sent another one that has Miles Morales. It's just Miles Morales in his mech suit. The point being, my kids have this, and they're like, okay, this is Red Spider-Man, that's Black Spider-Man, because they're confused as to like why there's two Spider-Men. They think it's kind of weird, but they're like, "Oh, this one's Black Spider-Man. That one," and I had to explain. Okay, this one, his name is Peter, and the other one, his name is Miles. But the point is, it's confusing for kids when you have two characters named Spider-Man that exist at the same time within the same world. Like DC doesn't usually do that. I think they only do that with the Green Lantern, but like there's not more than one Flash at the same time unless it's some sort of like event in which they are crossing timelines and stuff like that. It's usually just one Flash at the same time. Usually only one Robin at the same time, etc. Having two Spider-Men at the same time in the same world is confusing. And so it's like a big branding issue. And it carries over to Spider-Gwen because let me get this. Drop it. Drop it. Let me get that off screen. Anyways, let's go back here. So the point being, like, Spider-Gwen is also has a branding issue because the comic was called Spider-Gwen, and so all the fans called her Spider-Gwen, and then in the comic she's called Spider-Woman. None of the fans don't call her Spider-Woman because Spider-Woman is a completely different character. That's Jessica Drew, I think. So Spider-Gwen was in her own universe, and then she came over to the main universe, And because she can't be Spider-Woman while Jessica Drew is also Spider-Woman, she changed her name to Ghost Spider. So that's why she's called Ghost Spider in the comics now. But the fans still call her Spider Gwen. Like it's a branding issue. The Marvel is just they're doing terrible. They're doing horrible with branding of their character. Like these characters, they're trying to push them as main characters. Like Miles Morales, Spider Gwen, Miss Marvel, uh, um, what's his name? Sam Wilson, who like they want him to be Falcon, and then they want him to be Captain America, and then they want him to be Falcon. Um, they're just doing a bad job with the branding of these characters. So if your argument is Mr. Endymion, if your argument is they have a branding issue and they can't solidify they are unable to solidify a name in which the fans can call the character as well as the universe calls the character, then yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with that issue. But if your logic is, oh, Miles Morales is Miles Morales and Shuri is Shuri, like you're using dumb logic. I'm sorry, but and also not everything needs to have a deep reasoning as to why you don't like it. If you don't like female Black Panther and you prefer T'Challa, that's it. You don't need a deeper reason. Just say I prefer T'Challa. That's it. You do not need a deeper reason and use mental gymnastics to try to justify your preference. If you prefer T'Challa because you like the movies, that's it. Hey, I like the movies. I want T'Challa. I want more T'Challa because I liked him in the movies. Then say that. Or if you're a fan of the comics, or whatever, like you just like T'Challa, just say you like T'Challa. You don't need to have these mental gymnastics. I think this is it weakens your argument and makes you look dumb when you use stupid logic. Let's get back to let me get to the hey Cosgrove, welcome. It's a legal thing. Anytime they use Peter Parker Spider-Man name, Marvel Disney have to pay the Ditko estate. They are trying to establish Morales as Spider-Man to sidestep paying royalties. I guess that's like the whole like not having Superman have his red underwear because if they change the character so much, like 30% or something like that, then they don't have to pay royalties to the estate of whoever owns Superman. Sam was best as the Falcon. I agree. Uh, this all from the all new, all different comics run. Yeah, exactly. Marvel flat out doesn't want to pay the original creators royalties. This rebrands are owned by Marvel Disney, and yeah, and then like it's like they're trying to I mean that's I agree that's probably one of the reasons is to avoid paying royalties, but um yeah, I'm also very certain that it was DEI related as to why they wanted to change. Like that's one of the reasons to avoid royalties, but also DEI related to be like, okay, we need to have a cast that is diverse. Like we need to have all these token characters. Um, Go back to you should do a reaction video to salad mixer. What is a salad mixer? Let me. Oh, Angry Gnome 87. How's it going? Just noticed your name. Let me look up like cuts back here. Let's look at salad mixer. What is salad mixer? Is it like mixer with whoa three X's? Uh oh. Am I gonna get in trouble looking at this? What is salad mixer? The salad mixer infomercials. Uh oh. No. No, thank you. I'm not gonna do that. I don't need that. Thanks for the suggestion though. Good thing I didn't have that on screen, but I appreciate the suggestion, but no. What else? So next thing I want to talk about, just real quick. I mean, if you guys want me to talk about anything that is not adult, if, then you know, let me know in the chat. Uh-oh, do I stop that? Here, okay. So, all right, I'm done with Marvel. Have you seen the new mega flop, Affilion by Don't Nod, sponsored by EU and the European Space Agency? Even more brain rot than the incoming Xbox game Fables. What is this? Don't Nod. I have not heard of this before. Look at Don't Nod. Don't Nod. Okay. I saw someone post something about this on Twitter today, and I was like, I never heard Affilion. I've never. Let's look at the trade out. Let's put this on. Let's click on this. Let's go full screen. What is this?
Hello?
Whoa. That guy's face. You see that guy's face? Just like everything just morphed. Like, everything just went.
That wasn't in my head. There is something here.
Definitely looks very low budget.
Mission Control. The Hope 1 shuttle has crashed in Persephone. I lost contact with Dr. Montclair.
Oh, what is the frame rate?
Hang on, Thomas. I got this.
Oh, shit.
I'm not alone.
What the hell?
It's stalking me. Crap, no!
Okay, so a problem. Well,
No. Mission Control. Anybody copy?
No, wait.
Holy shit. What are you?
What's this have to do with? What's this have to do with space? Like, are there astronaut suits accurate? Anyways, so my thoughts on this. First of all, it seemed very cliche, like, you know, just like by the numbers. Starts off really slow, then like there's a creature. It doesn't really show any sort of combat. I didn't notice any combat. It just seems like you're running and platforming and solving puzzles. One thing that, I mean, other than their faces looking really awkward. What was it?
I'm not alone.
Yeah, like around here, like there's just too much contrast. This creature is too visible. Especially for it being in the dark, the creature's just way too visible. It just doesn't look scary at all. Like it should blend in a lot more and be harder to see. Um, as far as to make it more scary. But as for this trailer itself, I don't understand why they revealed it here and then had this section here as if this is the reveal. Frame rate's terrible. Frame rate's so bad. And then she's like, "What are you?" Like this is literally the reveal. Like why you reveal it here and then reveal it there. So that's kind of weird. I don't like. So what is about this is like DEI, like other than you have a black girl on here, but let me see. Let's go back. Let me read the chat. Yeah, man, that was terrible. That was the Life is Strange studio. Oh, are they the Life is Strange studio? Shoplifters in space. What's the shoplifting part? I don't. That face looks like the default metahuman model. That's probably yeah. They're probably using metahuman, which is why it looks like high fidelity, but also just looks really awkward. Crack addict. 300 players on Steam on release day. So is it out? Is this game out? It released today. It's out. Affilion. Hey Wrangler, you made it to the chat. Welcome. Okay. Oh, it released recently, like a week ago. Don't nod. What did they work on? Oh. Get this on. Yeah, they worked on Life is Strange and this weird Lost Records game that is definitely not gonna sell. Is it out yet? It is out. Yeah, this game. Wow, how did it make $3 million? Okay, but so I mean, I didn't see anything that seemed DEI from the trailer. Like, what exactly about this is DEI? I mean, like, I'm assuming it has something to do with her. Like, is she a part of the Rainbow Group or something? Like, I don't know. I didn't get that impression from the trailer though. The walking. Oh, okay. It's a walking sim. That makes it worse than I thought. I thought it was gonna be platforming and puzzle solving. Days ago. Yeah, I'd never even heard of this game. This is interesting. Okay, let's get this off screen. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, it doesn't really look too good. Like, um, just from the trailer, it looks very by the numbers, and nothing unique looking about it at all. And yeah, the trailer itself, like I said, the reveal was all wrong, and the creature, it stands out too much. Like it's too visible. It's supposed to be scary. The creature should be harder to see. Kind of weird that these devs from Don't Nod won't make a proper sequel to Vampire because that game is fun to play. Vampire? Vampire with a Y? Or Vampire? Is that how you pronounce it? Vampire? Vampire. No, I don't own Vampire. I heard good things about Vampire. What Yeah, again, I don't have a main topic today, so if you guys want me to like look at something like that game we just looked at, go ahead and let me know. Again, I'm just gonna keep going back and forth with the chat. If you want to do a super chat, that's always welcome. But if not, um, please leave a like. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, so my last couple videos. So the last live stream. Let's go back here. Nothing can compare to Sheva from. I mean I'm not all for the suggestive characters, but I mean if that's what your thing. It is what it is. Um, go back. So I want to talk about. Oh yeah, I was trying to see how far in the live stream. About an hour, so 30 more minutes. Um, so just gonna show. Yeah, the last live stream. There we go. Last live stream did great. So as you can see, got like 1,200 views, and the last time I even came close, 600. Yeah, I got 600 here and 600. Yeah, both these 2 weeks, 600 and 600. That was the last time I did that well, and so I guess a lot of people, due to the shoe on head being um, the main keyword, they got lots of views, and I actually got pretty good click through rate. Usually, I get very low click through rate for my live streams. I think because when people see that the video is like an hour and a half long, they don't want to click on it. But this one actually did pretty well, and yeah, actually got lots of views. And the video, so the video I put out last week, if you haven't watched it already, videos. So here, so this it did pretty good, especially considering the last video was a complete flop. The previous video to that, in which I talk about High Guard, it was a complete flop. Like I actually released it 2 times. I released it during the weekend, and it died off really quickly. Because I guess I don't get good views over weekends. And then I released it again, and then it still didn't do any good. So I barely got any views for the previous video, but this one got 1,200 views. But the funny thing is, for the reach, you could see right here. So I'm getting a lot more and more and more and more and more views, and then yesterday, boom, it just died. I was kind of disappointed at that. So like impressions again. That's how many times it's showing the video to people in their feed. So more and more and more, it's going up, and like it's looking steady, and then all of a sudden, right there, boom, Monday morning, it just flatlines, and then but the click through rate was doing pretty good. It was going up. It was increasing. Click through rate was doing. So this is not a bad number. If I get like 5 or 6%, that's amazing click through rate. 3 is around my average. 3% click through rate. I had two. So this is an A/B test down here. I had two thumbnails going on at the same time. Some people would see one or the other. Sometimes they see both. Like it will show one and then it'll show the other one. And basically, when they click on one, then basically this tracks. It's like a poll. It will tell me which one does better. And then I was like, okay, this is a significant amount. So I just chose that thumbnail. because I want to increase the click through rates. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer that it just completely died right there. Let's catch up with the chat. What do you guys? Nothing can. Okay, can agree with the Sheva. Um, I wanted to mention real quick. So let's get Tim Cain. So Tim Cain, let's put him on screen. Videos. Cut. All right. So so Tim Cain, he's like the founder of the original Fallout, Fallout 1, Fallout 2. He's worked on lots of games. Pillars of Eternity, Arcanum. He was like the director for the Outer Worlds, the first one, and he was a consultant for like the second one. Anyway, what do you think of Sony's new first-party title, Saros, not receiving well on the story department? Oh, let's get to that next. We'll look at that next. I don't know too much about it. If you have any resource on that, please let me know. But I don't know too much about it other than something about his wife deciding to be with a black woman. I don't really know too much about this story. But if you have something for me to look at, like some article, let me know. But anyway, so Tim Cain, he's actually got a really solid channel. He's over 200,000 subscribers. And like that his videos are good because the fact that it's a growing channel and his thumbnails are literally just his face. Like when when these are your thumbnails and you're still growing on YouTube, that means YouTube recognizes your content is good. So anyways, he put out this video last week. Did he make it go away? Yeah, there it is, right there. I'm gonna do a response to this video. I recorded it and it ended up being too long. I was talking about way too many things, and I was like, no, this is way too long. I need to drastically trim it down. So I'm gonna re-record. I'm gonna do it all over again. But he does this video talking like basically people ask him questions. He's a veteran of the game industry. They ask him questions, and one question is like, why are there so many ugly characters in Western developed games? And his answer was he likes variety. He thinks variety is better than having everybody being idealistic. So there's lots of flaws with not only the lack of understanding the question, but also his answer is mixing up preference with appeal. Those are two different things. And he was basically going at it with the view that appeal is subjective, which is incorrect. Appeal is objective because the majority of people will agree on appeal, while preference is subjective. And you can still have a variety of objectively appealing things. So anyways, I want to do a response video on that. I'll probably record it after this and then try to edit it. The goal is to just try to record it like as if I'm doing a conversation so that I have less cuts to make and it'll be faster editing. Anyways, let's go back to the chat. Cut this. Don't forget Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Cain was part of that. Yeah, yes. Yeah, he has a very impressive resume. Okay, so about the Saros. I mean, if there's nobody who has any, let's get Grok. I think Grok is good at looking at summarizing what's going on online. Let's ask it. What's up with Saros? Negative. Full upset with the story. Explain why Saros is a new 2026 PS5 roguelike shooter. Yeah, I knew that. Let's skip the ads. The ads. And that's one thing I don't like. So I set YouTube to put ads every 30 minutes on the stream, but it seems like it's like every, I don't know how often. It is 4 minutes or something like that. Because after I finish the stream and I look at the stuff on the, where is it? Let me just show. So I go cut, go content, go to live stream. So I go, not analytics. Let's go to monetization. We'll go to monetization. There's manage ad slots. And when I click on this, so I had to delete like a whole bunch of them so that it's more spread out. It literally had 4 or 5 times the amount of ads that I would insert by default. And I don't want to get rid of the ads completely, because basically YouTube, if the content completely lacks ads, then it will not push it as much, because YouTube sees it as, okay, we're not making money off this. If it's a long video without ads, we're not going to make money. So I keep ads in there for that reason, so that the discoverability can increase. Because if there's no discoverability, then what's the point even doing the videos? And it's not like I'm making bank off of these, like as you can see here. Like, I'm not doing it for I made literally $1.50. So it's not like I'm making bank. That's not the reason why I put them on there. I leave them in there for, let me see if I go on these older ones. If I didn't, let's go here. Go here. Let's see if I did. Yeah. So this one I forgot to edit. This is what I get if I don't remove the ads. So like, let's start deleting a whole bunch of these. I mean, no one's gonna find this at this point anyways, because the discoverability is gone. But this is basically what I have to do. I don't know why did I get in this tangent? Oh, because I saw OBS. OBS was saying an ad was about to run. So this is literally what I do after the live stream is over. I go into the monetization and I delete a bunch of them just so it looks like this. And like, I don't insert them like that, and it's annoying. I don't want to annoy my audience, because if the audience is annoyed, they're not going to watch the video. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, no worries. I've been called way worse. Oh, you guys are talking about the name misspelling. All right, let's go back to transition back. All right. So the negative / upset reaction, especially review bombing. Review bombing. Okay. After strong initial reviews, focus almost entirely on the narrative and character themes, not the gameplay, which many still praise as tight and fun. Key points of contention: flawed, unsympathetic male protagonist. Arjun is revealed as an alcoholic. Okay. Emotionally abusive husband who cheated on Nitya, and he offed his best friend to cover it up. He offed his best friend to. Oh, it has a different word. I'm trying not to use words that are naughty according to YouTube. But let me just get this on screen. Let's get this on screen. There we go. Let's also that make it big focus mode. Whoop, a little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. All right. So he offed his best friend to cover it up. That's crazy. Why would you off your best friend? Like, that is madness. All right. The story involves him looping through deaths on Carcosa seemingly trying to fix or win back his relationship. Critics see this as another weak slash broken male lead trope that demonizes masculinity. Oh, that's a bummer. Wife's arc and that ending. I did see something about that. In certain endings reveal Nitya leaves Arjun due to his abusive infidelity. Much later, hundreds of years in some interpretations, she finds a new partner who is. This is. Wow. Detractors call this woke slop. I mean, I would call it that too. This sounds terrible. Forced DEI messaging that celebrates the wife moving on while punishing the husband. Some frame it as anti-male or punishing identity politics over fun sci-fi action. I mean, first of all, I need to. While this can all be out of context. While I'm reading this seems like madness. There's a possibility that maybe it's presented a little bit better than this, but that's hard for me to imagine that's better than this. This seems like insanity. Misinformation and rage bait amplification. A big driver has been an AI-generated fake image showing Nitya embracing Kayla intimately, spread with claims of intimate betrayal. And in reality, the characters aren't shown together like that. And the timeline / context is more nuanced. I mean, does it really matter if it shows them like that? Because they're hugging in that picture, I've seen it. But even if that picture is fake, if that's what actually happens in the game, then like I don't see. I mean, yeah, it's based off of like misinformation. The hoax fueled early outrage on social media, YouTube, and forums. Outlets like Kotaku have called it misinformation campaign, while critics argue the core story elements still exist and are the real issue. Yeah, that's I agree with. This has led to review bombing, the developer disabling comments, and YouTube videos with titles like "I immediately uninstalled" or called it the worst game of the year for prioritizing modern storytelling over entertainment. Here's the thing, though: like a bad story can ruin a good game more than a game with hardly any story at all. Like that's just the truth. If you tell a terrible story, if your game is solid, you have a good game, but then you have a bonkers story, you're gonna ruin people. You're gonna ruin people's impression of the game much more than if the game was good and it had like barely any story. And it's like, man, I just wish this had more of a story. I mean, the games can still be great. Like, for example, Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 has an awesome campaign. And the boss fights, I love how in that game you have like this introduction to the bosses, like this real like it zooms in, shows their name, all this stuff. And would be cool if there was like a little bit more backstory to the characters because I felt like it had the potential of having a cast of bosses that could, be close to the level of Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid, I feel like that's peak when it comes to bosses. Those bosses they had great design, awesome personalities, awesome character design, awesome personalities, great gameplay. Their backstory was fantastic, just solid all around, no complaints. And Titanfall 2 had cool looking boss fights, boss designs. The characters had cool designs. Some had cool personalities. The boss fights were fun, but it lacked backstory and the person, some of them had some cool personalities. I thought Ash was definitely the coolest character out of all of them because she was like a robot that was formerly a mech pilot or a Titan pilot, and that's why they know that she was the coolest one. That's why they brought her into Apex Legends. Like they know she was a cool character. But the point being, the reason why I brought it up is like it lacked story. It could have gotten better with great story, but Titanfall 2 is still a great game. They made the worst story with the best Lovecraftian story ever. That's great. Okay, let's finish this up. Many who finished the game say that the story is more about consequences, trauma, madness, and personal failing in a cosmic horror setting, not simplistic men bad, L words good. It's ambiguous, open to interpretation, and tied to the planet's corrupting influence. Gameplay and atmosphere get high marks. Metric 8. Okay. Latest ongoing gaming culture war debates. Okay. So it seems like the game's fun, but the story seems to be the where it's fallen apart. Folks said Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown had a lousy story. When was The Lost Crown? Was that the? Oh, that one. Yeah, I didn't play that one at all, so I don't even know. I think it looks cool. Like the effects look cool. Like I mean, you can see on this character like the blue. I've seen these. I'm a sucker for those type of like anime looking effects. But here got maybe 10 more minutes left on the live stream. Anything else you guys want me to cover before we wrap things up? I had some AI related articles up, but I feel like at that point I don't have enough time to cover those in 10 minutes. But if there's any questions you guys have, again, what's it called? No, let's plug something else. Let's do a different call to action. Oh, I guess let me drop a link to what's it called? My book. Don't talk about my book enough. It is Level Yourself Up Motivation Weight Loss Fitness. I'm trying to get back into shape. So this is link. Scroll down a little bit so I don't dox myself. Don't want my what's it called to show on screen. Zip code. Drop that there. All right, there it is. There's my book. Level Yourself Up, Motivation, Weight Loss, Fitness. Go talk about it real quick. $10, but on you get the digital, it's $2.99. Yeah, $2.99 if you get digital. Anyways. King in Yellow is good source to adapt from, but the modern writers can't help themselves with. What is King in Yellow? Yellow. Never heard of that. 1985 collection of short stories by Robert W. Chamber that serves a foundational work of weird fiction and cosmic horror. Centered around fictional first stage play of the same name. drives those who read it to sadness and despair. Interesting. Interesting. Never heard of that. The Lego link? You got the Lego link? Get the back. All right. Get link. There it is. All right, copy. All right, there's my book. That one's it. Wait, is that it? Yeah. Site. Yeah, that's it. Yep. All right. Thanks for letting me know. Anyways, so yeah, like I mentioned, I'm gonna do the response video to Tim Cain. Basically, you know, like I mean, he had like an 8-minute long video. And my response, so like I recorded, the recording was like 50 minutes long, and then I cut out the dead air, and it turned into like 35 minutes, and I'm like, this is gonna take forever to edit, so it's just gonna be faster for me to cut out some portions, re-record it, try to do it better, and just try to make a shorter response video to Tim Cain, and talk about, you know, the main things are like, I want to. I feel like he completely missed the point of the uglification of characters in games, so I'll like give a better explanation what that generally means, and then also explain that appeal and preference are two different things, and know, why certain because he also talked about like the idealistic view of characters, why some characters can work outside the idealistic, and you know, stuff like that. Anyways, have you ever played the Darkness? The one that's based off of the comic book, the first person shooter by Starbreeze. Is that the one you're talking about? Is if there's another game called The Darkness. I think that's the only one. Yeah, the 2007 by Starbreeze. Yeah, I played that game. I really liked it. Though I did have some issues with it. Like first of all, like even though you're supposed to be really powerful, I definitely felt like it was more of a stealth game. And this isn't really a complaint about the gameplay, because I really enjoyed the gameplay. I love stealth games. But the problem is you're supposed to be really powerful, and I felt like I was very weak. In The Darkness 2, I felt extremely powerful. Like I think they did a much better job of making me feel powerful in The Darkness 2. The Darkness 1 is still felt like a stealth game, and then like the final boss is like just this dude. Like this fat dude. Second was fun. Yeah, it was very fun. So I mean, I like both of them. They're both very different due to the fact that they're different developers. And I definitely checked out the first Darkness game because I love the Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, and you know, Starbreeze worked on that. Okay, these are the same studio. I'm definitely gonna check this out. So really love what's it called? Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay. I wish there was a third game. There was the second game, the way how it ends hints that there would be a third. So it's disappointing that there isn't a third game. And you know, let's call him Riddick. Vin Diesel, he was very passionate about trying to get the project done. He wanted to continue the game, and he wanted to make sure it had like a multiplayer. Which the multiplayer, I mean, it was fine, but it's like, man, it didn't need a multiplayer. Um, but it's a shame that Vin Diesel didn't really get any wins with his video game attempts, because even though both the Chronicles of Riddick games were amazing, I don't think they sold well. And also, there's Wheelman. 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 Wheelman is stupid, but it's fun. It's like it's one. I don't think it's on Steam anymore. Let me check. Wheelman. I think it's on Steam. I think they took it off. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like it's no longer available on Steam or page. Yeah, it's no longer on Steam. Wheelman is really fun. It's stupid. It's like one of those games where it's like, okay, if you bought it for like $5, you'd probably enjoy it and have a lot of fun with it. And it did a lot of things that were unique, that other games didn't do until Sleeping Dogs or Sleepy Dogs, sleeping or sleeping dogs. Yeah, Sleeping Dogs. Yeah, Sleeping Dogs took a lot of mechanics from Wheelman. Um, like being able to hold onto the back of the car while it's driving, and then jumping from one car to the other. That was in Wheelman first, but it was more over the top in Wheelman. Like you were jumping really far from one car to another. They made the jumping not so far in Sleeping Dogs, and also I believe like you were able to shoot the tires, and also there was the melee. Melee was definitely from Wheelman. Like you can as you're driving, you can have the car like just basically move really fast into one side or the other to try to melee the other cars. So yeah, Wheelman was fun. It was stupid though, but it's like one of those games that's like, okay, you'll buy it for $5. Played Escape from Butcher Bay a lot. Was Darkness. Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's wrap things up. So next week, let me look at my calendar. Tomorrow. I will be doing a live stream tomorrow with it'll be on Rumble. So Digny the Dignified, what's it called? Well, let me look at next week real quick. Why is it on April? I need to see May. Okay, so next week I should be able to do it on Tuesday, same time. But where is my? What am I doing a podcast? Not a live stream. Go YouTube. Cartoon gentleman. Ah, those. Here we go. Put him on screen. Quick cut. Go. All right. Yeah. So I'll probably drop the link in the YouTube community posts, but I'm doing a live stream with this crew tomorrow on Rumble. So I don't think it's going to end up being. I don't think any of the maybe some of the clips might end up on this channel here. I'm not sure. But I'm supposed to do a live stream with them, and we're probably going to talk about crazy stuff. That's why it's on Rumble. But let's see. Yeah, it's okay. Camera shaking. Okay, stop shaking. There we go. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, so I'm doing a live stream with them tomorrow. That's that. Anyways, back. Boom. All right. Thanks for everybody who showed up. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys next week. Again, hit the like button, and the goal is for me to try to get the new maybe it might be Thursday, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get the video out on Thursday, but I'm like I said, new video. Gonna try to get it out soon this week. Anyways, thank you. Take care. Tom.